Бабо, вярно ли е, че ние сме откраднали макароните от италианците?
Абе, Келеш, баба ти даже не е виждала италянец, бе. Яни да и ми говори глупости.
Еми той дядо така каза.
Иване, нали се разбрахме да не учим детето на нашия занаят, бе? Безделник такъв, как можа?
Ма чума! Greetings, comrades! It is time to make Italians hate us. Yes, I know, pasta is an Italian thing and they're quite protective over it. But we'll be doing our own recipe and we won't mess with any recipes of theirs. So they'll be a little bit less mad. So if some Italians are watching me, please guys, don't be mad at me. I love your recipes. I love your dishes and all your pasta variety. Carbonara, bolognese, cacio pepe, aglio olio, lasagna, and of course pineapple pizza. But today we will be preparing a pasta dish that all Slavs from my country really enjoy. And surprise, it will be a dessert. In my country, I bet that there's no living person who does not know of this dessert. We call it macaroni na furna, which directly translates to oven-baked macaroni. This is kinda strange in my opinion, because when you hear it for the first time, there's no way for you to know that the recipe is not savory and that the recipe in fact is sweet. It really closely resembles in taste creme caramel, because it utilizes eggs, milk, sugar and vanilla of course. But here comes the differences. We'll be boiling some pasta and adding in some feta cheese. We'll be mixing all of this great stuff and we'll bake it in the oven. So yeah, it is a sweet and savory combo, but it is one of my favorite desserts. If you're the type of person who enjoys mixing sweet and savory tastes, you'll like it. But if you don't enjoy such stuff, just skip the feta cheese and you have a perfect, only sweet dish. As most recipes on the channel and most recipes in my country and maybe in other countries, each family has its own variety. I'll be showing you my family variety, as some families boil the pasta, others don't. Some add butter, others don't. Some add the feta cheese, others skip it. Our variety will be with boiled pasta, with feta cheese and without butter. If you don't boil the pasta, as some recipes say, you will end up with dry dessert, which is never a good thing. And as I said, we will not add any butter, because the dessert will become very heavy and calorie dense, and I prefer a lighter dessert. But if you are going for a heart attack, Owen, douse that thing in butter. You improve the taste a lot. Last but not least, it is not just a dessert, you can use it for breakfast, and it's quite tasty both hot and cold. So have that in mind. I personally enjoy it when it's a little bit cold. With that said, let's go to prepare it so you can become a level 14 Slav pasta master. And as always, we'll be starting with the products. You need 300 grams of dry pasta. I bet this is fake pasta, as it is purchased from Slav land. We shall call it impasta. I prefer ones that have a hole in it, so I can spy on my eggs. Plus the filling goes in the hole and it makes it perfect for this dessert. You need 6 eggs, also known as a lot of eggs. I won't make any egg jokes, as they always crack me up. You need 700 to 800 milliliters of milk. Make sure it's not from a tiny cow, as it may be condensed milk. You need 120 grams of feta cheese. Sweet dreams are made of cheese. Some vanilla ice baby. And 100 grams of crystal white sugar. If your doctor says you have high sugar, put it on the lower shelf. After that, you enter secret codes for the Slavic sequence for making oven-baked sweet macaroni. Take shots of your new electric utensil for fast boiling water. This will make it feel beautiful and it will work for long years. Now put it to work and start filling it with water. We'll need some boiling water later. Close it and push the button so it can start doing its job. Now let's start with the recipe. Take our old friend the light purple bowl and start filling it with chickens who will never fulfill their dreams of hatching. We'll need 6 extra sized bad boys of these. Make sure to save eggshells for the pig or for the other chickens. Start whisking. We want the egg whites perfectly mixed with the yolks. Basically everything should become yellow because we all eat from the yellow margarine, the yellow margarine, the yellow margarine. Then comes the sugar. We make sure to overexpose it so it's not visible, as I heard sugar can be quite shy. Also put the vanilla in and use a tiny whisk. I stole it from a bald man on YouTube. Dramatically mix the sugar with the eggs. Whisk until they're well combined. By the way, if you want to prove yourself as a weakling, you can use the hand mixer or any type of mixing utensil. After that, pour in the holy cow juice into the mix and make sure it is well incorporated with the eggs and the sugar. It's time to get dirty with feta cheese. You can use a fork, but then you won't have anything to eat from your hands after that. Crush the cheese into chunks and put it into the mix. By the way, cheese is optional. If you are not a fan of sweet and savory combos, just skip it. Eat the cheese out of your hands, off camera, so no one will see you, and start whisking again. Change angles for a dramatic effect and throw in your impastas in the pot. Meanwhile, our new friend boiled the water and we just pour it in. By the way, 1 liter per 100 grams of pasta is quite a myth. We need water just to cover the pasta and that's it. It does not need to be in boiling water either. Trust me, it will boil perfectly. I've been boiling pasta like that for years. And not only me, Babushka also. Make sure your stove is on medium, add in some salt and stir from time to time so it won't stick to your pot. That's it. When it comes to a boil and the water becomes starchy, stir again. And when the water becomes very starchy, try out one noodle. If it is ready, remove the pasta from the stove. Get a colander in advance. I've had this plastic one for 7 or 8 years. It has never betrayed me through a lot of cooking experiences. We'll remove the pasta water from the pasta. It is a very hard process, be careful. And our pasta is good to go. It can be quite a bit al dente as it will cook more in the oven soon. Pasta Avengers, assemble! Get your comrade tava, get the pasta in, use the most logical instrument, the whisk, to spread it evenly. Pour your mixture of eggs, milk, sugar and cheese. Make sure to spread it evenly with the broken spatula. And we're almost there. Oh, living on a prayer. Shoot your doggo's back. It is a good doggo, it watches for intruders as always. Put your pasta in the oven at 160 Celsius or 320 Fahrenheit and bake for 40 or 50 minutes. If you want best results, at 30-minute mark, take a look at it and sprinkle some sugar all over it so it can caramelize.
Bonus Slavness!
Bonus round. I will just speak nonsense here, no special recipe or something like that. But if you want to cut down the calories and increase the protein, add in some low-calorie sweetener instead of the sugar and remove the feta cheese. Instead, use 300 grams of cottage cheese. With only these two changes, the calories will drop and the protein will increase. I've done it this way and I can assure you it works perfectly fine. Slav difficulty level, I would say 2 out of 5, pretty straightforward. Mix everything into a bowl, boil some pasta, bake and eat. Simple yet perfectly tasty. Maybe the only tricky part can be around boiling the pasta, but still no more than 2 out of 5. Energy, especially for the ones who only watch pasta on TV shows and on YouTube, the nutritional values. If you divide it into 8 portions like I did, you have 319 calories, 47 carbs, 7 fats and 16 protein. As final words, I can say that this is a classic Slav dessert. Basically, there's no person in my country who does not know of it. For the lovers of sweet and savory combos, it would work perfectly. If you are not one of those, skip the feta cheese. It works not only as a dessert but as breakfast too, trust me. Plus, it is tasty both hot and when cold, and it really closely resembles creme caramel, maybe because of the sugar and the eggs. I hope you like this Slavic classic dessert, and if so, make sure to subscribe for more. Italians, please do not hate me for making this with your pasta. Slav you next time.